Great day, attractive thinker. Dr. Tony Hatton here, your identity coach and get to the root specialist at theattractivethinker.guru. I am delighted to be here with you. We have a guest today that is just simply fantastic and amazing, and I can't wait for you to hear her story and her message. Today, we're going to be talking about stop overlooking what comes natural to you. And I'm going to share some information about our guest today, Linda Robinson. Linda Robinson is a worth beingologist and a visionary life coach at Worth Beingology LLC. Okay, I want you to think about that for a moment. Worth Beingology. It's a lot that I can unpack with that word right there, but I'm going to let you take care of that, Linda. At the early age of 6, Linda received what is called, in theology terms, a visitation from God that impacted her life from that moment on. From childhood to adulthood, she grew up being told and treated differently from others. The why and how remained a mystery, but she was always and still remains to walk in the 3 P's. The 3 faith P's is what she calls them: perseverance, persistence, and being perpetual. At the age of 6, Linda discovered her difference was the compassion and love she had then and now for people. To this day, she inspires and encourages others about the greatness inside of them. Purpose-driven clues began to unveil in her life. As a young teenager, she was appointed to take on leadership roles at church, such as serving as the youth director. While consulting others, she realized it was developing into a passion recognized as a gift. Linda was known then and to this day to be a dreamer, a visionary that results into positive action. Linda also holds a New Jersey real estate license since 1987 to the current. Her selling strategies, techniques, and contract negotiation skills earned her years as a $1 million sales agent producer. While spreading her wings in the business arena, Linda collaborated with other entrepreneurs to form a business chambers coalition. She served as the director of the children's ministry, and it was beyond what she imagined how God orchestrated her life to even consider her worthy and qualified to be in such a position while being surrounded by teachers and administrators and others who qualified by degree. She developed a biblical study and activity curriculum program. She instructed the children to form their own choir, orchestra, and perform for the congregation. Having such programs in place helped her build self-esteem, momentum, leadership, discipline, and coordination in each individual. She developed a biblical study and activity curriculum. And here's a case study. Linda is proud to say, using her gifts, she contributed to building and instilling her life values into many children. Many have graduated from college and are working in industrial fields using their gifts. As a visionary life coach, she continues to teach others about the value of their inherited, I want you to listen to this, inherited natural gifts. And she calls them INGs. And I'm sure Linda is going to really elaborate on that today. In addition, she coaches entrepreneurs, develops several podiums called the Gifting Table, distribution platform for authors, and she coordinates book signing events for them as well. She treats every passion as a ministry. That's incredible. That's why when she speaks, you will hear the love and sincerity she holds to continue to help others define and act upon their greatness. She looks forward to the opportunity to help develop individuals, groups, and organizations in their giftings and intellectual skills, so anyone would have the opportunity to be fulfilled and live on purpose in all areas of their lives. Welcome, Linda, to the Attractive Thinker Mental Health TV.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. And we have been knowing each other for umpteen years.
Yes.
And on various platforms. And it is such a pleasure to be in your presence of greatness, which you are, and beauty.
Same here.
I just thank God for keeping us together,
Yes.
because you are real. And what you are
Mm,
doing in your business is beyond measure. And you
mm,
are using those gifts. I mean, every time I hear from you, I see you, it's always something new that God has elevated to you in your life. And not just for you and for those that are listening, but for Dr. Tony. She reaches out to others to empower, to
mhm,
enlighten, to embrace, impact
mhm.
other lives as well. So I thank you, and let's get started. Let's get started. You mentioned a couple things which you can ask me the question about the ings and so
Yes,
on and so on as we go through.
yes,
But I'm excited about the topic
yes.
because people need to know. When I won't go over what you just read about me. Everyone, if you're interested, if this is your first time coming on to a broadcast with me, alive, hearing my voice, thank you and welcome. Welcome to Dr. Tony's platform, and welcome to Worth Being an Ologist. Yes, it's a tongue twister. It's a tongue twister. My name is Linda L. Robinson, aka Worth Being Ologist. And God had given me that name because as I was in search for a book name, praying about what to name my first book, God said, "You already have the name." And that name is Worth Being Ologist. I said, "Okay, God, where's that coming from?" We're in prayer. We always have our pillow talk prayer, he and I. And he said, everybody has a worth.
Mm,
Everybody is a being,
mm,
like a human being. And you are the ologist that puts it all together. I want you to explain to the people, whomever have an ear to hear, may they hear that they are worth being. I said, okay, okay, I'm down with that. Lord, they may not understand. They may think I'm coming from left field, but when you speak from the heart and the love and the passion that you have, because the gifts that are within you, you don't really focus on what people think or what they may say. And I know that this is different and strange to a lot of our newcomers, but hold on. Follow me, and you will hear and see. Just as Dr. Tony, she has been following me for since I came out with my book, and we have been knowing each other for years, as mentioned. And she understands, she knows about the gifts and so forth. So I do want to start for our beginners, and even those that know something about your gifts, but you really, really don't know exactly. Okay, I'm here. The Worth Being Ologist got you.
Absolutely. You know, Linda, I'm glad you mentioned that because a lot of times people don't understand when you say worth. They don't know what that means. And then when you said being, attractive thinkers, I'm telling you, I want you to really tune in today because this is the essence of who we are. People are struggling with themselves because they don't know their worth and they don't know their being. Who am I? How do I be? How do I show up in the world? So
Mm,
Linda is here to really shine the light in that area. God gave her a message for us to highlight our worth. When you highlight your worth as a person and you understand your being, that is the key to everything. It's the key to your health. It's the key to decisions that you make in life. It's the key to what relationships you allow in your personal and business
there you
space.
go.
It's the key to your path, your purpose, your future, your legacy. It's the key to the energy that people feel when they experience you, because now you're clear as to your worth, your value, and the being that you show up in the world as. So I really want you to tune into what Linda is saying. And like you said, Linda, it may be foreign to a lot of ears right now, but if you tune in, because that's what we do as attractive thinkers, we tune in and we really listen intently. And of course, I want to encourage you to have your attractive thinker notebook and pen handy. That's a given. We always do that because Linda is going to drop some gems today. And if you're
Yes.
listening, someone asked me just recently, another attractive thinker asked me, it said, what is the key to a good interview, a good conversation? And I said, it's being a good listener so that you can hear the gem when it drops. And Linda's going to drop that gem today, and you will capture that gem if you have an ear to hear. Back to you, Linda.
Thank you, and well spoken, well spoken. So we are going to, you can teach my class. we are going to start with the geo. Now let's go. God created heaven and earth, right?
Yeah.
I told you I was faith-based. So here we go. When God created heaven and earth, back then it was called, or the geo. I call it the geo because maybe man to this day named it geo, but God called them stones and rocks. So in my illustration, I was given in my message as illustrations because the teacher within me, I use different objects and so forth to capture the mind and the attention of my viewers, my listeners. So this is a geo. And when God created heaven and earth, that back then in Bible days, they were called stones and rocks. It's no different. See the back? It's no different than if this was whole. And a geo comes out. Imagine this. Use your imagination being a whole stone or rock. God made these precious stones and they're just taken, they're raw inside, raw. They're not as shiny and polished because this has a covering on the top here, but they once broken. And I'm sure, and search scriptures, as we say in church, search scriptures. You can find in Exodus and in Revelations, in Ezekiel, anything and everything in the Bible and throughout the Bible talks about, we're going to call them geos, because I want you to get used to my language, the language that God has given me. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't get it confused, people. This is a geo, not shiny when it's cracked open. This is a rock in the Bible days, back in time, before Jesus, okay? It was whole. They cracked. They would use whatever is inside. Some are hollow, some are open, building various colors. And the colors are called, I call them gems, and some call them stones. Inside, you will find in a geo something like this. And I don't know if you can see it.
Gorgeous. It is.
Thank
beautiful.
You. This is amber. Now, in the Bible, and God's word is true and so wonderful. In the Bible, it also breaks down the various colors, such as in Exodus, one of the priests had a breastplate. And we're not going to spend too much time on this because I'm going to do an entire session on the geo and gems so that you can understand. But I do need to, for our newbies, I would like to take the time and explain this if I can, Dr. Tony.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now, in Ezekiel, the priest that wore a breastplate, it was filled with various stones, which I call them gems. And I use them because from the geo, you get, once polished, you get something looking like this in various colors. So you can go back and you know, search scriptures, like we had given you a couple of scriptures. And the reason why I relate the geo and the gems with my message is because it's like our gifts. Now, here we go. Catch it if you can.
Yes.
God has given us so many gifts, and they're in our core. right inside of us.
Mm.
So if we were to take the time, like we take time looking beautiful on the outside, men and women, we need to take time and spend time looking as beautiful on the inside and appreciate everything that God has given us. He made us, He created us, and He put in us before we were born all the gifts. Now, one doesn't know. I don't even know. The worth beingologists have no idea. Dr. Tony have no idea how many gifts she may have. I don't know how many I have, but there are many. And if you ever had someone say to you, oh, you do that so well, that's a gift. Or if you feel that you can get up and start moving around and putting ideas, concepts, and strategies together, that is a gift. You may have a leadership, and we're getting further into, and I want to get back, but that's me. When God starts speaking in the mind, I just, let it out. But I pray that you understand exactly what I'm speaking about. So try to, and what you can do, you can polish, you can bring to the surface the outside, so that you, not only others can recognize your gifts, your natural gifts, but you can recognize too. And guess what? Your gifts will make room for you. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. On any platform such as this, who knew I was going to be on the platform here with Dr. Tony? I didn't know. This is my first time ever being on a platform, and it's not my last. Yeah. It's not my last. And I thank God it's with someone that I know and trust. Yes. Yes. So within you, there are so many gifts. So as you develop yourself, as you define these gifts, write them down. And as Dr. Tony mentioned, bring out the journal, bring out your notepad, whatever you write on, tissue, whatever. Please don't get the tissue because it'll tear, destroy, and so forth. But get you something solid. Get you a notebook. Get you a pen, and I suggest you have 2 pens just in case one runs out of ink. Yeah. If you have pencils, then if the pencil breaks, you'll have a couple of pencils. Yeah. But be ready to receive, because you are among greatness. You have so many gifts inside of you. So you want to bring them to the surface outside so that you can recognize what God has placed in you. So don't be afraid, because the gifts God meant for you to define, because they're not just for you. Yeah. He created every last one of us to be here on earth, such a time as this, as Esther would say in the Bible, such a time as this, to do what? As Dr. Tony said earlier, why are you here? What is your why? What is your purpose? Before you get to knowing your why and your purpose, you have to know that you are worth. And we always say, you're worth more than you think. Yeah. That's our motto here at Worth Beingology Group, LLC. You are worth more than you think. Yeah. There's so much worth. There's so much value inside of you. So let's stir them up. Yeah. Don't be like the 98% that have taken their gifts to the grave.
Linda, I'm listening to what you're saying, and there's so many things that I want to pull out of this conversation. You have gems. They're beautiful. Can you share them again? Can you hold them up?
Of course I can. And each one of them have a name in the Bible. Each one of them relates to a scripture. And I don't know how many I have here, but I have about 12 that I use in my presentations, various colors. And someone asked me last week, what do they mean? What do they mean? Search scriptures as well, but I will also from time to time go over. We have a green for passion, and we have a red for the blood. of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
A red for the blood. But then each one, like I said, explain or go into like love, joy, peace, prosperity. These are your gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Anything and everything positive, keep that in mind. And I'm throwing so many gems at you. I know, but this is how we roll.
Mm-hmm.
Freely do we give because God has freely given it to us. So we want you to share. Once you polish your gems, you can teach your children, teach
Mm-hmm.
your mate, teach your family how you came through, what you went through, to recognize and realize.
Yes.
Build them up, serve. That's what we're here to do.
Yes.
Am I right, Dr.
Yes,
Tony?
absolutely. That's what we're here to do.
To serve one another.
Yes. You know, I asked you to share your gems, show our audience your gems, because they are beautiful. When you see them, you know, the first thing you think is, oh, that's pretty, or oh, that's beautiful. And when you talk about worth and value, I want our audience to understand that this is how we should also be seeing ourselves, our being, who we are, because we are worthy and valuable. See, you know, as attractive thinkers, I know we get this because I teach this all of the time, but there are some people that might be doing this message and not understand their worth, not understand how precious and beautiful and gorgeous and fantastic and amazing they are. And it has nothing to do with your physical looks and attributes. It has to do with, number one, this is really key. I want you to write this down. It has to do with who you are. Attractive thinker, start there. Your worth begins with who you are. And it doesn't mean like who am I, like a fireman or a doctor. No. It means who you be. You are a being, like Linda said, because you were created. It's just that simple. You're worthy because you were created. That changes the game. It removes all of the limitations and all of the icky little feelings that we feel about our worthiness. It removes the stigma of not feeling good enough, or the stigma of not being beautiful. See, when you bypass the physical attributes and get to the core, like you said, Linda, where your gifts are, and you discover your worth at the core, it doesn't matter whether you like your nose, the size of your nose, or your hips, or your eyes, or whatever that might be. It has nothing to do with your worth. Attractive thinker, I hope you're getting this, because this is where your real value begins. This is where it initiates. It initiates in the core, and you were born with these gifts, like Linda said. You came here with it. So, and here's the deal. Here's the beautiful part about it. Do you know that nobody can take it away from you? It cannot be stolen. It cannot be taken away from you. You can't even lose it. As long as you have you have it. You have your gifts. And like Linda said, your love and your creativity and your joy and your peace and your ideas. Have you ever experienced having an idea, and then right after that idea, another idea comes? That's because it's coming from the core, where it's endless. You'll never run out of ideas, meaning you'll never run out of worth. You'll never run out of value. You'll always be valuable. I hope you're understanding this. Linda, I love the business that you have. I love the name of your business. I love how you share these gems, and you actually have replicas, you have representations, you have visuals. You let us see. We need to see our worth. You know, we need to see us, vision ourselves as beautiful. Sometimes when you're going through tough times, you don't see yourself as beautiful. You know, you need somebody to remind you. And Linda is here to remind us of our work. Talk to us, Linda. Have you ever encountered someone who was struggling with seeing themselves as worthy? And how did you proceed? How did you get them back into that clarity?
Well, good question. And thank you for asking. Yes, I have. And it seems like every now and then we all experience a client or a potential client who
Yes.
doesn't understand and don't know.
Yes.
And we have to treat them as babies because they don't know. I didn't know. Coming up back in the day, we didn't learn this, Dr. Tony, you know, at
Yes.
church. They didn't
Yes.
teach it this
Yes.
way.
No, they did not.
And even I find some of the pastors and the leaders, they're not really getting into the depth of your gifts. Some of them say, "Oh, yeah, you have a gift and this and that. Use your gifts." Well, you say I have gifts, but then how am I to find them? Define them. Well, this particular person had asked me to really sit down and break down and explain to him, was a he, how he can take his gifts and use them because he was struggling with, I'm not good enough. I don't feel worthy. I'm not liked. I'm having a hard time communicating. And that's big, communicating with others. And once you define your gifts, communication just flows. Some of you are, are afraid to, stand or, talk to an audience, speak to someone. And some of you are like, you just go with the flow and it comes so naturally. That's a gift. Communication is a gift that you once defined and discovered, you build on it. You just work at it. But it all begins, Dr. Tony, and our viewers, with the mindset. Your mind has to be transformed and renewed.
Yeah.
And because it's already in your heart. It's already in the heart. You weren't born as an evil, wicked person. All that goodness is inside of you, that the core value of you, your worth. How it got there, and like I mentioned to this gentleman, is because someone must have, and I found out his parents have always told him he would never be anything, never amount to anything, school teachers, and even himself. So he had gotten this all mixed up in his mind. Well, if they say that I'll never be, then I must never be. It's, I'm not worth anything. I'll never have. But thank God this day and after our session, he's much better, more alert, and in tune with his natural gifts, AKA INGS, inherited natural gifts. And that's where the INGS come in. INGS.
Yes. I like
yes.
That.
And we inherit these natural gifts from who? God.
That's right.
We inherit them from God. And we are made what? In his image.
His image. That's right.
In his image. So if he rightfully made us as precious as we are, no matter where you are in life, no matter what your age is, you can be, and parents, start with your young children, teaching them and pouring into them about how good they are. Because if they get it from home, no matter where they go outside of the household, they may tell their friends in the playground, well, my mama said, and they may say, no, I think you're but my mama said. They're going to believe their mama. They're going to believe their father.
That's right.
And all those that are feeding positive thoughts and things in that child's mind, they will believe.
Yes.
Now, thank God today, the gentleman that I spoke to has been elevated from a field position to supervisor. So he's doing great things and discovering. And we do have a book. I don't know when, Dr. Tony, you want me, but this is the book. And I can give the link, either put it in the chat or I can somehow, okay, this is the book, Claim Your Inheritance by Defining Your Natural Gifts. And we say the profit lies within your gifts, not just money. And it just happened to be money here so that you can get that visual. We said your gifts will make room for you, right? On any platform, you get to choose how much your worth is. You, not man,
Mm,
You get to choose.
mm, mm.
You're worth more than you think because there's so
Yeah.
much worth in you, so much value inside of you. But
Mm-hmm.
if you take the time, dress up the inside of you, dress it up. The Holy Spirit is in there to help be our comforter and to direct our paths as well.
Mm-hmm.
Pray, ask God to show you how you can be a better person. And this goes for male and female from all ages of life.
Mm-hmm.
There's no exemptions. Thank God he did not exempt nobody. The same values that I have and I believe and I have faith and trust, same as Dr. Tony. We just didn't start here yesterday. We've
Yes.
been on this path for a while because some of us we automatically come out the womb,
Mm-hmm.
boom,
Mm-hmm.
ready to go.
Yes.
Being that boss over your other siblings, just telling them go sit down somewhere, or either going to the parents saying, so and so did this, telling on your siblings. Okay, but then that's leadership. Pay attention. Oh my gosh. Okay, Holy Spirit. Who? Leadership. You may think that there is no core, nothing in your core about the leadership. Everybody, even from a babe, have leadership within them. Pay attention. Pay attention to your children. Pay attention to yourself. And ask God to lead you so that you can recognize and realize that you need to spend more time polishing. And if you would like, Dr. Tony, I can give them my website, and we do have some free gifts for them at the end. But the website you can go to, not the website, I'm sorry, Ask Linda, or Worth Beanologist. If you choose to reach out to me, feel free. You can go to bit.ly/ask Worth Beanologist. bit.ly/ASK WORTHBEINGOLOGIST, Worth Beanologist.
Awesome. Thank you so much for repeating that twice. Attractive Thinkers, I hope you wrote that down. www.bit.ly/ask Worth Beingologist. Go to that website and find all of your goodies there. Linda, it's so many things that you said that I want to highlight for our Attractive Thinker community. One of the things was the young man that you were working with, one of your clients. You said that he went, after working with you, he went from one position to being a supervisor. You did say supervisor, is that correct? I want to make sure.
I sure did.
Okay,
Supervisor.
great.
Yes.
So when you said that, the thing that stood out to me was, as we become more aware and step into our internal worth, our external worth rises. Our external value is now manifested in the earth. So he went from, he worked with you as the worth beingologist to raise his worth meter, his value meter, his value awareness. Then his position changed. See, you can't change on the inside without it manifesting on the outside. See, a lot of times, Linda, people are reaching and grabbing and hustling and grinding and trying to make things happen on the outside, and they're not doing their work on the inside. Everything starts on the inside. Once you build it in you, it will begin to manifest in the earth. You don't have to work as hard. I posted on one of my social media pages, success is more energy than it is effort. When you get into the energy of it, meaning the energy of you, and you shift that energy around and align that energy the right way, then you don't have to use a lot of effort. I'm not in for a lot of hard work at this season of my life. I've done that. I've rolled my sleeves up, and by the sweat of my brow, sweat, blood, tears, prayers, the whole 9 yards, made things happen. So I'm not in that season of my life anymore. I've shifted to allowing my energy to do the work. because my energy can get more done in 2 minutes than I've been trying to get done in 2 years. When you're approaching it with the right energy, when you're approaching it, number one, with belief. You believe that you're worthy. You believe that you have value. You believe that what you're putting your hands to is going to work, that it's worth something, that people are going to be benefited from it, that it's going to bring value to others. See, a lot of times in my entrepreneurial journey early on, Linda, I was taking the action, but I wasn't taking the action in the right belief. I was taking action doubting. I was taking action not feeling worthy. Oh, they're not going to buy this, or oh, this price that I charge is too high, or this doesn't look like the one in the other showcase. Maybe I need to tweak this, tweak that. I was taking the action, because we know how to take the right action to get your product and service out there. But where is that product and service coming from? Who it's coming through? That energy of that vessel that is coming through is attached to that product and service. People can feel that energy when they pick up your book. I'm in the process of writing another book now, and I won't even touch that book if my energy is not balanced, if it's not in alignment, because I'm transferring my energy. The same energy I feel when I write it is the same energy that my reader is going to get when they read it. So I'm very careful about my energy when I'm creating a product or service. If I know my energy is not right, if I'm not feeling it, if I'm dragging, or I don't feel my fantastic and amazing stuff, I go get myself right first. And then I allow inspiration to flow through me and continue to write the book. Because being, like you said, is everything. And when you're being, you don't have to work so hard. Because think about this, when you're being, your worth is aligned and it's coming through simultaneously with your being. So being means I'm being myself. And in the being myself, I automatically know I'm enough. I'm enough. And when you take action, knowing you're enough, you attract people that need to be healed in that area. And the thing that you're serving others, it begins to break the chains off of them, and they begin to see their gems and their value and their worth. You see how that works? Attractive thinker, I want you to get that. What Linda is trying to say to us, what she is saying to us today, is that you already are worth it. Just your being makes you worth it. Just your being makes you worth it. Linda, talk to our audience today. What if someone came to you and they said, Linda, I saw that fantastic and amazing interview you did with Dr. Tony on the Attractive Thinker Mental Health TV, and I'm still struggling with what you said about me being worthy. What could you say to that person to help them at least get a glimmer of hope in that area?
Well, let me make a correction on the website, because I first gave it out wrong. Our website is www.worthbeingology.com. And if you would like to schedule a free 15 to 30-minute consultation with the Worth Beingologist so that we can dive a little deeper and we can have these one-on-one conversations, you can go to bit.ly/ask Worth Beingologist. That's bit.ly/ask Worth Beingologist.
Got it.
Okay. If someone were to come to me and ask me, or can you help me? I need help. I want to get from A, B, or to Z, and I'm stuck. I need to take care of my family. I have children. I'm a single parent, a single, whatever that singleness is in your life without children. You need to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Then we would have a one-on-one. I would ask you to schedule a one-on-one with me, because I can really ask you the questions, because I don't know what your situation is until we meet. However, I will say, start where you are. If you know that you need to make some changes in your life, Surround yourself with positive people, such as Dr. Tony Hatton, attractive thinkers, just surround yourself. I invite you to look me up on Facebook and all social medias, listen to the YouTubes, and Dr. Tony has a few herself. I mean, she's all over the place. So, be encouraged, be uplifted, because as you feed your mind, everything else will change. Everything negative that has taken residency, and I always say residency, and they're not paying rent. Everything that a negative person have fed into your mind, they can be eliminated. Don't be distracted. And you can learn how to trigger the mind into a positive direction, thinking into the direction you want to go. If there are negative people around you, guess what? We're in 2021. It has been a rough year for everyone in 2020. Now we're getting back on track, right? With whatever our life consists of. So you had time to think, regroup, and so forth. You want to choose your friends. If they're not going in the direction of your purpose, what's the meaning? What is their purpose of life? If they're always saying something negative, pulling you down, is that someone you really want to be connected to? You want to feed the mind. Wake up those gems inside of you, those natural gifts that God has given you. Don't let them stay in dormant stage. And you can do this. You can do this. You have my book, or you can order the book, an exclusive copy of the book signed by the work beingologist. You can go on, and I left my videos that I've done back in, the videos that we have on Facebook. View them and begin to work with your mind. Work with your mind, because that's the first step. That is the first step. And believe in yourself. Believe that you can do that thing, as Coach Jacqueline always reminds us. You can do that. Always do that one thing that God specifically gave you to do. As Dr. Tony said earlier, you are so unique. God gave you, He made you the precious gem, the stones, so that you can go into your home while you're on your job. If you're still working a 9 to 5, you can go into the marketplace on your job and just change the atmosphere just like that.
Yes.
And they will see the greatness. Oh, where have you been? Or who have you been spending time with? They'll see the difference.
Yes.
You can change if you want to.
Yeah, I like that.
It's up to you. We all have choices and have been given choices in life. We have a choice to go left or a choice to go right.
That's so true, Linda.
You know what I'm saying? Go right. And watch the miraculous things that will take place in your life. And again, it's not just for you. Think about your babies, your children. They deserve a good life, right? And you can give them that good life. But you have to start, and you have to put the time in and do it while you're young. As Dr. Tony said, I'm at a point, me too. I am at a point, but then, I still have to work this gifting thing, because there are so many, unfortunately, so many people still remaining that could, be in a better position themselves to be in a better place of life, and not depending on the government to give them a handout.
Yes. Linda, you were talking about, while you were expressing, I was thinking about our attractive thinking community and our listening audience. our viewing audience for this message. And you mentioned something about um, the person. Remember I said if you encounter someone who wanted to know more about what this is or what do they do, and you mentioned something about, okay, let's say, you know, for example, it was a person, they had a family and they're not sure how to begin to develop their worth or even recognize it. One of the things that came to me was, you know, I'm a mom of four and I homeschooled for like 11 years. All of my kids are adults now, but, and so I understand, I could relate to that scenario that you created. Where basically, where do I find me in the midst of all of this? Now, you know, we just come through and experienced the entire world where everybody's homeschooling, and all the kids had to come home. Everybody had to come home from work, you know, so now everyone's in the house. So I did that for 11 years, way, you know, before I even knew what a pandemic was. So I could relate to that, understand that, and I enjoyed every moment of it. It was what I wanted to do because I wanted to not just make sure my children were academically successful, but internally successful. I didn't want them to miss that part. I wanted them to be whole. I wanted them to understand what health meant, real health, you know, physical health in your body, what spirituality meant, and what a mindset is. And I wanted them to know what to do with your thoughts. You know, you just don't walk around thinking, you know, you're supposed to do something with these thoughts, and thoughts are power. Thoughts are seeds. You know, I want, like you said, they don't teach that in church and they don't teach it in school. So where were our children supposed to get this? So I homeschool for a particular purpose. It was on purpose, you know, the reason why I did that. And I thought about the person that you were just mentioning, you know, in this scenario, this person who has a family, have responsibilities. And how do you begin to discover at your core? How do you start searching and digging at the core of you? Where do you find the time to discover who you really are and your worth and fit you into your day? Some of the things that I did as a parent with a lot of responsibilities, you have to see, you said it, Linda, you said you can change and you can have whatever you want. So you get to design your life. As long as we try to fit into the life that was handed to us, it's not going to work. You're going to struggle to discover who you are because that shoe doesn't fit. That life that was handed to you doesn't fit who you desire to be, who you really are, and where you're going. So you get to design your life. You know, what's the difference in waking up and jumping out of bed and running to do everything, that all of the responsibility and things that kids need for you to do for them? What's the difference between that and then making it known in the home when the child is born that this is how we do this? We wake up and we do meditation, or we do prayer, or we sit with ourselves before we interact with anyone else. My family knows, don't wake up and run up on me because I'm still in my private time. Because and they had to learn it. Sometimes they would be talking to me and I would just look at them. Did you not hear what I said? Did you remember what I said? That it's too early for talking. It's too early for a to-do list. It's too early to start running up on me, telling me what I have to do and all this and that and what you need me to do. And I'm drinking my tea and I can still hear God's voice. And I want to hear my thoughts. And I'm loving on me right now. I'm just spending time with myself. Give me a few minutes and then I'll be all yours. See, you have to make that known to your family and the people around you, whoever it is you live with or work with or what have you, because you teach people how to treat you. And it's my responsibility to share with them what I require or what I need for me, because it's not fair to, you know, get upset with them for not knowing that I don't like doing a lot of talking when I first wake up. You know, I don't want to hear about what happened yesterday or who struck John when I first wake up. You know, so you have to articulate that to the people around you so that they know. And when you establish that in your home with these children, with these precious babies, they'll start meditating. And you'll walk past their room and you'll hear them affirming themselves and their worth and their being. And then now it's not a chore for you to find time to discover your worth and love on yourself, because now the whole house understands that this is just how we do things. This is how we live. This is how we be. This is how we show up in the world. So you can establish, see, Linda, I've discovered that when you create a life of what you love and what matters to you, a life of the things that are important to you, you don't have to be reaching and grabbing and chasing and exhausting yourself trying to get them in the midst of life. No, me and my life are one. Me and my life, me and my business are one. What I do in my business and what I do in my life, it just flows. You create a flow instead of, oh my God, I got to take this hat off in my business because I got to run home and put the mommy hat on. No, no, no. We are all one. We are all one and we flow. My worth flows through everything that I do. It flows in my health. You don't have to, randomly eat junk that's presented before you and then pray for health. No, it flows. I eat right and I enjoy my healing. It flows. It's
that is so good.
Yeah, it's becoming one. That's what I'm getting from you, Linda, when you're talking about worth and being. Another thing you said was being mindful and setting up boundaries around people who are pulling you down. And the first thing I thought of that came to mind when you said that, people who are pulling you down, they're pulling on your being. They're pulling on your being. And when you look at it that way, who in their right mind would allow someone to pull on the essence of their soul, pulling on my core, pulling on my being? When somebody is weighing you, and we all know who these people are because we can feel the energy. When you leave their presence, you're drained. One of our famous thought leaders says, call a thing a thing. Don't deny it. Don't try to act like it's something else that it's not. Yes, I feel drained when I left their presence. Acknowledge that. And set up boundaries the next time, not allowing someone else to pull on your worth. That's what they're pulling on. They're pulling on your being, your energy, your aura. And so many times, Linda, through my entrepreneurial journey, I had to learn this. Like you said, none of us are born knowing these things, and we're not perfect. There's no manual. When you tune into your core, and the spirit will lead and guide you and teach you. The spirit is your manual. Follow your heart. Follow what you feel. Follow that gut feeling. Is there for a reason. And when you sit with yourself and you learn how the spirit moves and how the spirit communicates with you, and you learn the unctions, like the spirit will allow you to feel something in your gut, and a gut feeling means that. And then the spirit will allow you to feel something in your chest, in your heart. And a chest feeling means that. So you learn communication and what to do and how to handle your life by understanding your worth and your being. But if they are struggling to see themselves as worthy and understand that their being is enough, you're not going to listen to the nudgings of it. You're not going to listen to the guidance that's inside because you don't trust it, because you didn't take the time to sit down and get to know it and understand and just embrace it and fully believe that I am worthy, that my being is enough, that how I look has nothing to do with who I be. And you have to sit with that until you're okay with it. And when you're okay with you, you'll be okay with everything else. It starts with you.
Yes.
Yes.
And with everyone else, you will be okay. And you said so much. I want to just, if I can just go back on some of the things that you said. As far as our health is concerned, we have to spend time with self. As Dr. Tony said, the children knew what time to come into the room, when not to interrupt or bother her as she was sipping tea, as she was meditating.
Yes.
This goes for male, female. Take time, valuable time for you, and let the children see, no, it's me time. It's my time. Yes. They will learn. They learn from you. They watch everything that we do, everything we say. So what are we speaking? Are we speaking life, or are we speaking death? Are we acting upon life, or are we acting upon death? Yes. Because our children are watching us so closely, they mimic everything that you as parents say or do. And those that you are connected to could be an uncle, could be grandma, grandpa, could be any relative that comes over, and they are exposed to. but do take quality time for self, because if you're not right, how can you be right for someone else?
Yes.
It's the choices that you make. And we are being stretched in all areas of life. In all areas of life, we are being stretched.
Yes.
But as you go through the trials and tribulations of life, you may be high one day and low the next. High on the mountaintop, low in the valley low. But God is always with you. Your gifts will always remain inside of you. As you go through the valleys of the wilderness, always remember that you will win. You are more than a conqueror because it's inside of you. It's within the gifts that God has given us, rightfully given us.
My God.
He gave us a jump start in life.
Yes.
We may not recognize it until we're in our teens or adulthood. Even when we're, and I do not call my senior citizens, I call them seasoned adults. We all have something, some greatness inside of us, no matter what our age is. And meditate day and night so that you can hear from God. Have a discernment spirit to hear when he is speaking to you. And as I write my books and I talk about the pillow talk, God's pillow talk with me, it's my quality time. He may wake me up 12, 1, whatever time, wee hours in the early morning before everybody else, if you're not working on your job, are up. But if he speaks and when he speaks and you know it's not you speaking, that's God telling you and showing you, the Holy Spirit within leading you. Jot this down. Have a notebook, even your phone. I put a lot of notes in my phone.
Yes, me too.
And because I don't want to miss that thought.
Yes.
It comes when you're least expected.
Oh my God, that's good.
Direction. And when you wake up and it's on paper, you would read that and say, now, I didn't say that. I didn't say it. Came from God. It's God speaking through you. He's speaking a message that he wants you to take to others, to the marketplace, on your job, no matter what, to your community. He is saying those secret things will be revealed if you listen and pay attention. He's pouring them into you. And I'm telling you, once you get heed to knowing your gifts, by defining your gifts, spending time with you, stirring up your gifts, everything, discernment, that's a gift. Having the gift of discernment, that's a gift. There are so many. And as you recognize and realize and define, write them down, and you will see a great change. And review it after so many weeks, so many months, however time you want to view your vision board. Do a vision board, but have something that will get you from A to where you want to be. And that's living on purpose.
Yes.
Your divine purpose, what you were created to be and do, because it's not about you, babe, not all about you, boo.
Yeah.
It's about those that God has assigned you to. And remember, people, whatever, if you experience a sickness, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not trying to say don't listen to the doctors, but pay attention to your body, because our body heals ourselves.
Yes.
Heals itself, if we pay attention to our bodies.
Yeah.
And women as well as men, if you're single and looking for a mate, start with yourself. Clean yourself up. Look in the mirror. Clean yourself. What is it that you have to do to make the changes? Who are you trying to attract? What type are you trying to attract? If you're still stuck in that same mindset, you're going to attract the oldness. that will not go away. But if you renew the mind and you discover, as Dr. Tony is a witness to, if you discover your worth value, because there's so much value in your worth. You're worth more than you think.
Yes.
There's so much. You don't have to worry about nobody, nothing, because it will build you and place you in areas that you can't imagine.
Yes.
You're still here in La La Land, and God wants you to elevate to glory land, taking care of the family, the children. You may have a parent or parents living with you at home. You're taking care of them. That's another story, another book that we'll be following. But grow you, love you. It's not hard. Don't, okay, let me slow down. It's not difficult for you to search and pull out the natural gifts, all the naturalness that God has given us here on earth. Such a time as this, take the time to learn you, to know you, to do better, to explore, to expand, to stretch yourself, stretch your mind, your heart, detox your mind. You will be amazed of the changes that you can make. Start where you are, here today.
Yes.
And right now. You can do it. Yes, you can.
Yes.
And you have some good support. Dr. Tony, as well as the Worth Beyondologist, we are here to tell you that you can do. Only you can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many things as you have been created to do. But it all starts with you making a wise choice, decision, not just for you, but for your family, for the generations to come, the inheritance that we are to lead or leave for our children's children's children. And that's another conversation as well.
Yes.
But it goes on and on and on. And you don't have to be broke another day in your life if you get it right.
Get it right. Yeah.
Back to you, Dr. Tony.
Awesome. Attractive thinkers. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful message today about you. The message was all about you today, about where to start. You start inside. You start with recognizing your worth and having a great relationship with your worth. You start right there. You know, a lot of times as new and aspiring entrepreneurs, we don't know where to start. How about putting the books down and the paper down and your goals and your plan and your notes and just start with you, sit with you, understand, have that conversation with yourself and say to yourself, I am a creator. I am creating these visions, dreams, and goals that are inspired through me. But before I put my hand to anything, I create a dynamic relationship with myself. I accept that I am enough. Going forward, no matter what I put my hands to, it doesn't matter before I accept that I am enough. I am worthy. I accept the fact that I am worthy just by breathing, worthy by breathing. That's a t-shirt for you, Linda, yes. Worthy by breathing. You know, I just accept the fact that I have what it takes to accomplish whatever I desire in this life. And you don't have to know everything about it. Just accept it. And it's just like you're meeting a new friend or meeting an acquaintance. When you begin to open yourself, see, if you're walking around and you don't have a pleasant look on your face, or you look like you're sad or depressed, you're not open to meeting new friends. You're not open to opportunities walking up on you. But if you're chippy and cheery in your spirit and you're humming a little song and you're just grateful to be alive, opportunities walk up on you. I've had people walk up on me and say, you look so happy. Would you be interested in such and such? Or I just wanted to say hi. And then there's a conversation. I've met so many incredible people that became lifetime friends because my spirit was right. because I understood my worth, not because of what I had on or because of what I had or how much money I made, or not because I was looking fantastic and amazing, but my energy was attractive. So I want you to think about that. Sit with yourself and get the energy right first, then put your hand to the goal, and whatsoever you do shall prosper. I want you to think about that. Dr. Tony Hatton here. I want to encourage you to visit the website, theattractivethinker.guru, and get your free gift there. It's going to bless you before you even start your day. Get your free gift there and check your email. Every day for 5 days, you'll receive one video from me to support you in accomplishing what you desire to accomplish for your day. Linda, tell our audience how they can get back in touch with you and where they can find your book. Is it on your website? Is it on Amazon? Tell them where they can find more of you.
Well, thank you for the opportunity again. You can go to the website, www.worthbeingology.com. And not only just you can order an exclusive copy, but it will take you to Amazon as well, because we're on Amazon. There are some free giveaways, and just put in your information so that you can receive. We have affirmations, free affirmations, something that you can post and share with your children as well. We have just mindset books, free mindset books on the website. That's the website. You can schedule a one-on-one with the Worth Beingologist at bit.ly/ask Worth Beingologist.
Got it. Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Linda. This was so fantastic and amazing. And I trust that this message is going to reach everyone who needs to understand that they are worthy just by being. You always hear me say, Attractive Thinker, that my life's work, that's to make your life better. Remember, it is not what you're going through. It's how you're viewing it. Think attractively, and we'll see you soon.